Hello, Taurus. I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into this, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm hearing butterflies. Butterflies. We're starting off with the Seven of Pentacles. Feels like you are in the midst of waiting on something to happen, waiting on something to occur. Something that you've put energy into, something that you have invested energy into. Maybe you're also wondering when something is going to happen too. Yeah, there's a sense here of putting a certain amount of energy into something and waiting to see that returned in a way. So maybe even to see the result of something. But it seems like the wait is over. It's like you could have been wondering even if something would balance out. Waiting to see, ooh, for some of you I'm hearing waiting to see if someone would reply. But whatever this is that you've been waiting for, I'm also seeing that an ending is part of this too. But I don't know if that means like you're not waiting for this anymore, or if simultaneously there's also an ending happening. I guess it just depends for you specifically. But yeah, there's a sense of going through some big changes that are happening as well, and some of them more difficult to shed than others. And there's also a move towards being more grounded. It's like when you have big cycles that are ending for you, and maybe there have been multiple cycles that you've been ending, there's a sense of wanting to like really be managing your emotions through this experience. Also working too to not be reactive, to be responsive yet not reactive. Because maybe something happened and it was potentially difficult for you, but there's a sense of being balanced throughout the process of this. It's like not allowing it to kind of turn your world upside down. And that is what feels like, that's what seems like you've been waiting for. It seems like that is what you've been waiting for. To see something come to fruition. And maybe this is about some type of emotional progress that you've made. I'm hearing dialectic. Ooh, I'm seeing an opportunity here. It's like I'm seeing spirit kind of be in charge of what this is. It's like knowing that things are going to balance out and really putting your faith in that. Because I'm seeing you over here, Taurus. And I'm seeing a brand new opportunity open up for you, but it happens only after there's an ending. It's like something maybe that you were clinging to that you recognized wasn't going to allow you to grow any further, and it's something that you needed to clear out. That's what it feels like to me. And it's like as soon as you do that, I'm seeing an opportunity open up for you. And I'm seeing this be very much in alignment. It's like something that feels good to you, the possibility or the option of this. For some of you, it's related to a relationship, a new relationship, something that you're going to be entering into. But I'm getting that you needed to get yourself into the right emotional state, and right would be subjective for you. It's like whatever this place is emotionally you wanted to get to, where you're feeling grounded and steady and level, there's a sense of needing to graduate into that energy prior to this relationship opening up to you. It's like you needed to, get to that place within yourself. Because I'm seeing this be like a measurement of you against you, and like where you were and where you were trying to get to and where you find yourself now. So it also seems like something that you had been waiting on now comes to fruition. And I'm seeing that like some type of goal you had related to love and a connection that involves maybe you and another being coming together. But there was a sense too of needing to let go of something. As I said before, it looks like there were like habits or even connections that you still were holding on to with certain people that you recognized were not in alignment anymore. They were no longer resonating with you. And so there's a sense of needing to put a final end to these things prior to this this opportunity opening up for you. So it feels very much like a karmic process of something ending and then something new opening up for you. And maybe you're recognizing why something took so long as well to come to fruition. It's like maybe at first you weren't recognizing what it was that you wanted to let go of, or maybe you needed time to even analyze where you were ready to release something. For some of you, there are people that you're getting reconnected with, and maybe people that you had lost touch with, but you feel like these are people that support you. Maybe for some of you, you're finding more of a support system, new support, or reconnecting with people that you do feel like are supporting where you are on your journey right now. And there's a sense of celebrating the place that you've gotten to emotionally. And there's a sense of coming together with someone, maybe multiple people that you feel connected with. For some of you, this feels very much like meeting somebody that feels very complimentary. I'm hearing to your sense of style. With the King and the Queen of Cups here, I'm hearing jubilant. It's also this sense of maybe even needing to clear the heart chakra too in order to open yourself up to something where you would be entering into a vulnerable connection with someone as well. And I am just seeing you here, Taurus. And it seems like you're finally getting connected with something that you had been waiting for. And it seems like you're open and ready to experience this too. There's almost that notion too where it's like, oh, why was I holding on to certain things so long? Like, if only I would have known that this would open up for me as soon as I let that thing go, or let those things go. So there's also a sense of something being very particularly timed out here. Maybe in a way that it's allowing you to make a connection that you needed to see. In how things are interrelated. Yeah, I'm looking at a wish fulfillment here. It's like when you're in your most grounded state, there's a sense of really getting connected with a vision that you have, something that you feel excited about. For some of you, there may be a focus on self-care, a focus on meditative practices, grounding practices, getting connected with yourself, then reconnecting with yourself when you feel like you get off track a little bit. It's like finding that centered space and knowing that you can always come back to it when you need it. And maybe for a while you needed a break from something too. Yeah, I'm seeing you feel so peaceful. It's like when you're in your downtime, maybe even you feel this when you're like, you don't have to be actually physically alone, but it's like when you're in whatever safe space that is for you have for yourself, I'm seeing there be a sense of happiness that you're finding. And maybe feeling less and less like you need people around you as well. It's like if you want to have people around you, you're happy to have people around you, and you also have there's a sacredness about the time that you're also giving to yourself as well. So there's a sense of balance here too. Yeah, I'm looking at the sun and I'm looking at the 10 of Cups here. It's like I'm seeing you in your downtime feeling really happy with things. This also reminds me of like really visualizing something that you want too. Visualizing the blueprint to what it is that you're manifesting. This is exciting. I'm seeing you starting something new here. There's a sense of taking a chance with something that you believe is going to bring a sense of happiness your way. You could be working on something creatively too, maybe expressing yourself more creatively, maybe trying new things that get you in touch with a sense of wanting to create and wanting to express that. I'm seeing it very much be like in this grounded time or time where you're meditating, visualizing what it is that you want, and there's a sense of something coming to fruition and giving you the opportunity to actually explore what this is that you've been thinking about. And there's a sense of taking a chance on something, exploring something, maybe even trying something new here, maybe doing things differently than you had been doing before. And you feel prepared because you've had that time to kind of rest and connect with yourself. So you feel ready to take this on, whatever it is. For some of you, it's reconnecting. Interesting. Reconnecting with someone, okay? For some of you, this can be reconnecting with yourself and where you want to take things. For others of you, this is about wanting to lead something out creatively where you're going to be expressing yourself. There's a sense of responsibility as well where it seems like you are here recognizing that if you want to bring a sense of happiness into your life, that you're the one that's in charge of driving that. And there's a sense of confidence that you are driving the ship with. There could have also been opportunities that opened up for you before that weren't like eliciting anything any like great amount of passion for you, and now because you're more connected, you're seeing opportunities as being much more full than you had been seeing them before. It feels very much like a perspective shift that's changed, and I'm getting that this is also because you're focusing more on taking care of yourself. And you also feel too like you're the one that gets to decide whether or not you're going to be participating in things. And because of like giving yourself that amount of autonomy, there's a sense of power and confidence as well that you're gaining. Maybe even self-esteem too. It's like you're recognizing that if you don't want to do something, you don't have to. And if you would like to, then you may do that. For some of you, I'm seeing that there's also a balance between wanting to be helpful to others and also focusing on yourself too. It's like wanting to make sure that you're not giving too much of yourself and not leaving time to be taking care of yourself, and wanting to balance that out. There's also a sense as well that I'm seeing here where before, when you were feeling excited or like something was eliciting a large amount of emotion from you or passion, there's a sense of maybe before like being inspired and rushing into something, and now there's a sense of kind of grounding that and being like, let me play the tape to the end. Is this something that I really want to be a part of? Is this something that I can commit to? I'm also hearing. Interesting. So in this spread, I'm also seeing counterpart energy right next to each other again. So there's a sense of complementarity here. And maybe you also feel like you've been balancing out this aspect of yin and yang. It's like to create and take action and participate specifically in the things you want to be participating in, the things that you feel passionately about. Being driven by the things that you care about as well. Yeah, what I'm seeing is that before, if you were jumping into things prior to really feeling like you were ready to be doing this, or maybe moving too quickly, there's a sense of things ending, like maybe even as quickly as they start, to also be kind of burning out. So there's a sense of wanting to ground that and be moving through things in a more maybe methodical manner than you had been before. It's like still harnessing that passion that you feel and that inspiration, but doing it in a way where there's a sense of longevity is what I'm hearing. I'm getting that that is very much a key word here, longevity. I'm looking at the sun, I'm looking at Uranus, I'm looking at Sag. You could be also learning about new things too, ways that you want to be expressing yourself, and maybe doing this in a way that feels unique to you also. It's like maybe even a sense of rediscovering who you are and how you want to go about playing out that role. And what that means then as far as what you're connecting with and what you're participating in. All right, my friends, we are going to end it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.